just yet. Nork with the deagle. Now we have our answer. A couple of nades, smoke in play as well.
Ooh.
So, okay, we might get an opportunity here, or Vitality will, to slow things down. Apex still on that scout.
Rez is off to a blinding start, blistering speed with his Desert Eagle frags combined with his other contributions. He's up to his 3-round ADR is 251, average damage per round. Unlikely he'll be able to maintain that kind of stat into this Eco Bash. Fully flashed. Suitor and Shox just collecting what was given to them. So they'll go into the long presence. Apex is going to be playing the boring job of holding B-tons from T-spawn. Rez does have his Desert Eagle. Norks isn't going to get him far. He spots a shoulder. Pinpoint precision required. It's Deagles against AKs, and Rez comes out on top. I would not want to go near this man.
They keep fighting him, and he keeps finding headshots. So if he can grab a couple more in this round...
Good grief.
251 ADR, Alex, and they haven't even won a round yet.
No. I mean, I'm glad Rez has come to play. That's certainly exciting. I mean, first impressions are everything, and RPK missed his smokes as his first impression, but Rez, quite the opposite. Very impressed from the Swede. Now, rather barrel spotted.
Hello, hello.
And into his brain, does nothing. And you're wondering about the penetration of the scout, significantly worse than that of the AWP.
Okay, this flash here. Maybe they get a couple.
He's a gamer. Watch this. Uno. Oh, good for Dos. Not going to have it. Tucking in, and eventually they get the frags they required. Good patience exerted from Vitality. Didn't want to let anything slip away. Especially when you're up against gamers like that. Look at the shots he's hitting. Not for the first time in this map, and we're only 4 rounds in. And yet to see NIP onto the scoreboard, but that's what they've been waiting for. They're pulling out a double AWP. First weapon round for that CT start, Lauren.
I'm liking it.
Couple of kits as well, so everyone's happy, especially me.
But what I want to see is, and I know it seems weird, I would like to see almost a weird Cologne final. Give me the young guns. Give me those up-and-comers that people were looking at for so long who've now been able to really put it into practice. So now we do see the opposite side of that. The opposite numbers succeed in mid. ZywOo leading the charge there with RPK. Smoke quickly going in, flashes everything. Pressure towards Plopsky, already tagged up. He's the one holding back the B tunnels. There's pressure everywhere. Apex tries to flex towards short, but by now, look at that bomb.
Plopsky gets a headshot onto ZywOo. That's quite
big damage.
A huge amount of damage inflicted. RPK catching the lurk. He does stop the rotate, and now, unfortunately for Nork, he's going to have to be paranoid. There's even Molotovs for his rotation. This is going to be a very... In fact, an impossible task considering Twist's location. Now, will he be able to recover the second AWP? I can't quite recall where it was lost.
Down towards middle.
His middle. Yeah, not to be.
Gonna have to give that one up here, but holding on to these 2 rifles just as important. Now, Vitality get an opportunity now to stretch their legs. 5 rounds up, very quick counter-strike that we've seen. It has been quite the blistering pace. Nork holding on to the AWP is important as this moves forward. There we go. Thank you, Rush. How the fingers, Rush? They feeling all right?
Thanks.
Weird when you don't reply, Rush, to questions like that.
Yeah.
Rude, even.
He's focusing. I think he's focusing right now.
I even got to observe.
He's just muted us, hasn't he?
I guess after the other day, you know, I think he's gone, I don't want to hear these guys.
He's had enough of this.
All right, all right. So the money situation on the CT side of things, not fantastic. Could be guns dropped from the 2 saved rifles. There it is, Hampus going out. And I like the fact that he wanted to play a little bit more heads up towards middle, because if he was to find a kill, and he did find a leg, it can slow down some of the pace that Vitality can throw towards that side of the map. Now, it will just be a bit of a partial upgrade behind it. Nork and Twist holding on to a truckload of cash so that they will be able to buy the following. Max loss bonus is on the board, but Twist is not.
ZywOo caught a glimpse of Twist's head as he jumped for info over the smoke. And he positions his shot perfectly into the dome. Twist has had a nightmare start here. Sleep paralysis, the whole shebang. Rez is in trouble again. He's only got his deagle and he's got no health left. Up long, looking easy peasy here, and they're smoked off on CT, so this is just going to be a formality. Double smokes on the cross. Just as that one fades, Plopsky staring at more grey screen. We might be forced to save again. I mean, I know that the CT side is known, especially on Dust2, to have to pull the plug and save early. This is 2 back-to-back saves from NIP, and the pace that Chad, Vitality have brought some very quick rounds. Is it just the contrast to what we were watching earlier, or is this just straight up vitality?
Well, they're a brute force team still. There's not many of them left that play at this kind of a pace, but they have fantastic individuals when it comes to getting those opening kills. And look, if you don't remember Apex, hold up a second. Won't be too much more here. Apex was always the individual who was the entry fragger within his French team. Campus is going to go down. Deagle and a bit of utility will be lost here, unless he can be a bit of a Houdini. Hiding in plain sight, Campus will go down. So Apex leads the same way that he played. Quite aggressive, quite quick, very in your face. And the fact that he's been able to get the other 4 individuals to play that style of Counter-Strike behind him and that they're able to make it work.
Yeah.
That, for me, is very impressive because my initial thoughts when I saw that Apex was going to be the in-game leader of the team, I didn't think it was going to work as well as what it has. So I'm hugely impressed. And I want to see if they can make that work and get them all the way to the grand final here. NIP taking down Astralis just the other day. Actually, yesterday. There we go. There's Hampus' AWP. Finds the opening onto ZywOo.
Okay. Let's have a little look here. Let's see what they do with the man advantage. It does feel that Vitality have been grinding on that entry there. But Hampus this time going to be a little bit more cautious, a little bit more careful. Falls away. Doesn't want to give anything back. Impex on the cross. It looks like a play towards Cat. On the other side, you've got to bear in mind, Twist is playing at the back of that by the little ramp there. Very patient. He does have the support of Nork if required. If called upon, he can make the swing quite quickly.
They've held on to a lot of utility as well here, NIP. So with a minute left on the clock, 3 smokes, 3 Molotovs, a bunch of flashes. They'll be able to defend against whatever Vitality throw at them. Mid to be smoked now to draw out a rotation. It will do. Nork moving around. Over towards Cat. We still have Apex. And the rest of the attack will be coming through the upper tunnel. So the hit will be on B. Plopsky has to deliver here. NIP need a round.
Wow, they got boosted to the jigger. And Masuta opens up the B side. They are poised for success. They are pulling the plug. No, it's a double pump. Hampus close quarters with the AWP. He's going to let them pass him. He's going to have to hit some ridiculous shots. First, if trying to evade through the smoke, he's going to get shot down eventually. A no-scope from Shops keeps Vitality in it, but the flank is on a timer. Rez should arrive. There's a smoke for now, but it won't last long. Swapping to the AK and caught through the smoke. That will be the first for the Ninjas. Is it the first of many? Remains to be seen, but that's what they were looking to break, and it does break Vitality. 6 to start us off. Just a running start. And I like what they did to get Masuta set up, but this is what brought it down. Just Hampus taking some initiative, and that was enough to delay. Rez's flank finishing things off neat and tidy. Wow.
Not sure where Hampus actually found ZywOo to kick things off there. I wasn't cognizant of that opening frag, but that was a big one to have. And wow, Vitality lose 1 round immediately into the timeout here. Want to discuss things through, but it's important to do so because if they're able to now take all of these rifles away from NIP, they can put themselves in a position to run away with even more T-sided rounds nice and quick.
Did IP even have to get through to get here? Let me have a little look. So I obviously know Astralis was the latest one, but I'm curious about prior to that. Let's have a quick peek. So they lost to OG 2-1, beat Big, beat Na'Vi, and then beat Astralis.
The Na'Vi game was a bit of a dismantling, and I think as we saw against Astralis yesterday, getting it done in 2-0 fashion. It is the Astralis name. It's obviously not the 5 with the 4 major titles.
Right.
But it's still a big win because what we saw, Astralis took down Vitality with relative ease. Hampus this time will be tagged on up by ZywOo, so not getting the better of him early here today. And a bit of a slower pace to kick things off.
Okay, Rez. Shots. Nothing's for free, it feels, in this game so far. It's very fine margins. A couple of tags there as the T's maintain the vast majority of their utility working throughout. Nothing too indicative of where they'd like to end. A mid-take starting to build for now as the AWP's there, Apex is there. Masuta working up and everyone kind of falling away from those extremities. So kind of piling back in towards the middle of the map.
So right now, as we look at this default from Vitality, they're calling out all the utility that they've heard. It was 2 mollies over towards long, a smoke came in, a nade over towards middle. They're whittling it down so they can't be stumped like they were in that previous. And now they're corralling back over towards long. So this is going to be on Rez. Nork is close. He has a flash as well to help bail out.
He's been about just everywhere on this map so far. He's really been roaming, and now he finally gets a bit of the action here. Maybe not. Just looks away. 30 seconds, they're out on long, there we go. And as soon as it happens, it's over. Nork and Rez are dead, and this hit is just so catastrophically bad for NIP, and it's worked out so wonderfully for Vitality. Look how clean this has been, Alex.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. So clean, so crisp. Nothing that Plopsky can do. He's just hanging out here in the back of a Camino.
Are they hanging around? It looks
I
like...
don't know why.
It's impossible for him to get away now. He has to kind of hang about, find a frag. There's one, there's two.
Maybe a third. Suddenly my voice gets a little louder. Apex, I don't know if he's going to be able to stop the defuse. Hampus is on it. He's lining it up. He better hope the bullets connect. Hampus on the defuse. They've turned it around. The round just turns upside down in a matter of seconds. It was Plopsky. Those were supposed to be exit frags. ZywOo caught out, checking long. I need to see that one again. NIP just get that one on a silver platter, and Plopsky's the one to serve it to them. Hampus is the one that catches the extension. It was the frags from Plopsky that drew him from his hidey hole. And then it was Apex put in a dire situation. He couldn't find the lineup, a safe defuse. NIP, they will take 2 consecutive rounds.
God, and the start of that run was so poetically beautiful.
You said it was flawless. I mean, you're right.
It was stunning. They had everything go right. The entries were pretty clean. They had the map. They had the site. They had everything they needed.
Oh, Rez was on top of the site, saw Apex's head as he had just jumped into the pit, and was able to control the spray and the trajectory of him landing and get an opening kill right there.
Bloody hell. I mean, this scoreline indicative of one thing, but the shots Rez has been hitting indicative of something very different. Let's see which way this starts ending up and shaping up. It is a scout armor for ZywOo. That is quite the sacrifice. Apex's weapon, definitely not retrievable. It's in the death pit. It was previously patrolled by Rez. Now he's found himself in support of Twist. Utility low as well, Lauren. I want to draw your attention to that because I'm seeing 2 smokes.
Yep.
They're going to need frags.
I like this little stack on short. It's a little naughty. It's, you know, Twist tucked in. Playing anti-flash, I like that. Why not keep it safe? Rez can spot. And for now, if they play patiently, they might get their chance to do this. They might even get it correctly. Masuta's on the other side of this, waiting for the flashes to come in if he gets set up for any sort of success. But keep in mind, there is only 1 flash. So is this where they want to use it? Here we go. Time to fight. Tries to fight Rez, but there's Twist. Peekaboo. Horrible surprise waiting under the stairs. It's not Harry Potter. There's RPK, ZywOo and Shox trying to claw something into this. I don't know what they can find now.
Nork has a molly as well, so if they want to molly cat one more time, they can.
He's waiting. He didn't drop off. And Nork being held, Shox does anticipate. And a tag onto ZywOo. Shox can really open this up now. He needs the shot, and he's missed it. Nork, fantastic work at ZywOo's scout, but keeps him in it. And with only 18 HP, no time, this one is nips. Happy to recover that AWP. In fact, they saved both of them, so no real loss for them there. The only casualty was Nork on 3K, but he'll be able to get that up straight back in his hand. This is what you were talking about, Chad, so let's see it.
He just sees the head. There you go. And he's able to catch him on the way down. That is fantastic work from Rez there. Definitely don't see that every day of the week.
No, neither the Teagle shots he was hitting in rounds 2 and 3, so he's already come to play. Good to see that Rez is in the server tonight.
My old man eyes definitely wouldn't have caught that one if I was in Rez's position. Let me give you the hot tip. The double orbs are still patrolling along, and you got that safe pair of hands of Plopsky over towards tunnels to lock down. Hampus gets to be more in flux as the in-game leader, knowing when he needs to jostle for duels.
See if this patience is rewarded. CT side just kind of left wondering. Here's a couple of steps on ZywOo. RPK. Going to be a bit cautious, but they do make it up to short. All players pressed apart from Apex, who does get found.
The second he switched to his knife.
He's been opened up on in the last 2 rounds now.
Apex is 2 and 2 in opening duels. Second death now. First casualty for Vitality. Vanguard smokes, or at least one of them. Not gonna hit his first shot. Perhaps Twist can do better. Okay, just the tail end of the push. Plucked from headshot angle. That was the bigger test, though.
Nice.
A-bomb down. Man advantage for the retake. Nork and Rez positioned in pit. Plopsky, this duel is very influential. Suddenly it gets very difficult for ZywOo. And he's just lost his head, lost this round. Masuta seems to disagree. Good shots on the Desert Eagle, looking for Hampus. He has a chance. It was only one though, and Rez won't make the mistake. 12th frag found, 4th round found for NIP. Hampus just delaying in the recovery mission. Rez finds it.
That seems like that's the #1 priority for NIP every round. Just make sure they get those double AWPs. They can keep that going. Make it so they don't have to reinvest whatsoever, because Nork is the other individual on the AWP, only has 4,300 to his name. Those AWPers, they're pretty hard done by out there. Only a $100 kill reward. And they were able to mop that one up, even though it felt like it was going to be quite a dangerous round. The bomb plant, happy for ZywOo for sure, because he had saved that AK coming into the previous. He wasn't looking to flush for cash. Definitely needed that little injection, and back out we go. Maybe some more pace. Nades towards long.
Who's on the other side? We've got Twist over here and Rez. Now, Rez has been great. That's, you know, it's good to see him getting another kill. Maybe not by the same sort of skilled ability we'd seen prior, but hey, we'll take it by any means if the NIP fans are pleased by it. Masuta up short, met with resistance. Rez is there. Good control over the map, maybe reading the tempo in which and the approach in which Vitality might try it. Now, Hampus is pulled up a little close here.
His barrel could be spotted. He has to be careful.
You've got to take the fight, or there's no in between. It's one or the other. Does eventually find Apex. He's going for something big here. Not going to happen. ZywOo, he's the only one who can get away with those sort of things.
Yeah, that was a very quick and precise headshot. He takes some liberties as well in recovering that bomb. Regrouping towards long. Now, RPK hasn't given that the attention it deserves.
Oh my god, they're going
pivoting.
spawn.
I wonder when they start hitting walk, because if... Oh my god, does the timing work out? I think it does. They're going to start turning their backs. We are. Plopsky lines it up, but the tank says no. Couple of shots to say goodbye. It's Nork's turn for a 1v2. He must have a good inkling that RPK is playing close to this. Oh no, he doesn't.
See it.
Yeah, not at all.
Whew, that one was a dicey round right there. I cannot believe how audacious they were to walk through spawn, but I suppose they had to jump back across to collect the bomb, and when they saw that spawn was clear, maybe assuming that it was either a double play through Cat, hard to deal with, or the flank coming through long, and well, the call definitely worked on out there, and ZywOo, the 2 bailout frags on the A-bomb site were the key, and RPK with the fadeaway, and the final frag there to close it out. So 7 now on the board if we're looking at the Vitality camp, and the money over there for NIP, well, it's been thrown into a little bit of a sticky situation.
Looks like the CT's just going to kind of cruise through this just on the pistols. Apex this time, making light work of Plopsky, keeping it safe, keeping it calm, no damage received at least. And ZywOo probably called to attention, feeling, hey, there could be a chance. He got to be careful with that bomb, of course. Doesn't want to get isolated himself or overwhelmed. So that's going to be relayed over. They're going to hear this if they have the very keenest of ears. There's a little peek around. When you get dinked and it does 20 damage, it feels kind of bad.
Definitely hearing the sound, but not getting ZywOo for free. RPK's arrived in tunnels to just start tapping away these groundhogs, just poking their heads up, and they're working it out. Double taps into the dome. 2 rifles squandered for Vitality against the full eco. It won't necessarily translate directly into a round, but Apex on 1,700, RPK on 1,200 will be forced to re-equip. I'm going to try and make this as awkward as possible. So that's a clean headshot from Shox. Is going to be alongside Shox for the final ride. So 8 on the T side of Dust2. Didn't really pay attention to the vetoes because it happened in 12 seconds. So what are the maps, Chad?
Dust2, which is the risky map that NIP left open by banning out Vertigo, because Vertigo, they're on a bit of a loss streak, and Vitality, they are leading the charge on that one over there. Map number 2 will be the choice of NIP. That is Overpass, a map that we have looked at before, and we think on their T side they can be very, very good. I have a great understanding of that. And then the third and final, if we need to get there, will be Inferno, the classic third map decider. As be a bit of a pause taken here. You can hear the thinking music.
Two timeouts used by Vitality, and they're 8-4 up. Just worth noting that. These timeouts clearly have an intention. It may not just be for recomposure. This is looking to lock that victory in on map 1. As many rounds as they can post. It's a B-core. Oy. I wonder how quick. They could pivot to tunnels. Maybe I slow down, but it doesn't seem like they are. Lining up the smoke for the doors.
Hampus is close.
Very close. Flash off Apex. They could be in trouble here. He does get the first. He's got so many flashbangs. Plopski's going to have to try, and he's got the no-scope. Hampus stops the first 2. Zywoo gone too. Bomb loose. And Plopski can't quite find the necessary frag.
Looking where Shox is.
Though.
Where is he? Oh, he's over on short. I guess he's got one. How does he find this other player? Did he see Twist? I don't think so. Can't recover in time. Nicely held in the end. Hampus being able to make 2 out of that was incredibly impressive.
It didn't get either of the AWPs there, I don't think. So NIP, their key strategy they want to be picking up on the CT side, they won't have it going into the following round. The fact that Hampus was up close and personal, was dealing with those flashes in the way that we've spoken about before, through the skybox or the recently opened, it won't be getting a player if he's tucked in like that, but he still copped one to the face. So this buy right now from NIP, like I said, no AWPs. The big greens are not on in. They need to get done with the rifles and the SMG and the Nix and Rez. He's out of the equation. No, he's not. He survived. He even got the kill.
With 8 HP, he does get that kill. And that USP frags onto RPK has put him into a P250, by the way. Speak of the devil. Here we go. Twist is having a bit of a mare there.
Not pretty, is it? Brute force at that point, just no finesse. Shox goes down. It's a turnaround for NIP. It looked very decisive vitality at the start of this game, but it looks like NIP have found their footing. And who decides who gets the really nice chairs there? Because there's 2 really fancy chairs at the front. The rest.
What the hell? Look at that. So fully flashed, wild sprays, then Twist reflashes as his vision is restored, and he gets to convert the kill.
Shox just bought it. Shox?
Wait.
Shox?
Wait.
That's a misbuy. You can see the tilt right there. He didn't mean to purchase that one. May as well rock it now. Why not?
Okay, so we have a Negev in the server.
Oh.
Yeah, who dat boy?
Rambo in here. Oh, meanwhile.
Serious business, though. That nade could finish them. They do well to evade. Apex is going to be charging back up middle to retrieve that bomb and keep his heart beating.
If he gets a kill with that, I'll lose my mind.
Ooh. Okay.
Did he throw the gun away?
It looks like he wants to retrieve it, but the steps do keep Hampus tucked in tight.
Oh, how was that tag? It felt so on. Dead now, Apex. Losing out in middle. Bomb does get switched over to Misuta this time, so still looking for opportunities. Most likely here with Shox, clearly frustrated, somehow wins.
Oh my god, he was elephant footing in his way in. Now he's playing safe on bricks. Very smart play. And as soon as they take contact, well played by Hampus here. He's isolated it.
I know he's in.
Yep. Molly could be perfect. Now he can focus on Shox.
Come on, Shox, say hello.
He doesn't want to. He's not interested. He's a little shy. They suspect. And that's that. But into B, and already catching Hampus. They have to commit to this. Twist has been deterred. Rez on the rotate. Misuta planting.
I guess you can't look 2 ways at once, so a nice little play in the end, trying to draw Hampus a little too thin, but now Twist peeks his head through. RPK will gladly take it off for you. And now it's all just Rez, and he had a blistering start. He actually had a very good half. Now, Molly goes in towards the back spots. 1 tag there. Frag comes in, RPK falls, but there's a player posted up just below him. The second he steps too far, he should be dead in the water.
That was the shot he was waiting for, and there's Zywoo. Not going to let that one slip away. It's a 9-6 half, ladies and gentlemen. Vitality hold the lead on their map pick. It's Dust2, will be RB.
find hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change, I can help you out. 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 Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no one to ride to. Here we go again. Call me up and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to.
Second half, second semi, 9-2. We do see Vitality with the edge of the bookkeepers. And now we head on into the first round of the second half of our second semi-finals. First map in charging towards long is all 5. I've got myself Pansy and Sponge. We're going to be seeing RPK given the responsibility of holding on to long. First spot. Good shot. That's a long-range Glock into his brain. And they will continue to advance. Now, there are smokes for the cross, 2 to be specific. Klopsky to flash them as well.
They're not using them?
I'm surprised. I mean, of course, you don't need to, but now they start to be blooming, and the flash evaded nicely by the majority, and there's so many CTs here. 2 on Goose, up Apex, spraying into that smoke, and clean shots from Shoxy here.
Oh, they just got caught there. There was nothing to it.
That's not the way that's meant to go. They took all the territory. They were meant to be able to use those flashes to get across to the site, but the CTs of Vitality stood strong, took them down as easy as you like. Oh dear, okay. That's not the way NIP were hoping. They could kick off the second half here. Up to 10 rounds now of Vitality on their own map choice. The overpass coming up as number 2, and then as the third, if we need it, it will be Inferno. Shox just turning away from those flashes. 17 kills for Shox. So he's definitely still contributing in a big way.
Just having a good time. Vitality don't look particularly phased at the moment. That's probably a very deadly factor. And again, clean eco into the second round.
I think you mean a Clico, Lauren.
Do I?
So before, Rush wasn't ignoring us. Rush, you here?
Yo, hello, what up?
There we go.
What's cracking?
You and Alex settled your beef yet, or what?
I think so. I think we're all good. We were playing Danger Zone. I gave him a Freddy, and I think we're all good now.
A Freddy? What's a Freddy?
A Freddy is a free med shot there,
Yeah.
Chad.
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Sometimes I get a Frexo and a Frump.
When you get Frexo and Frumps,
It's
that's
like
big.
Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
I love the way you're
Just
just
as big as that
ignoring the
nade.
matchmaking that we played as
I
well.
don't remember any matchmaking, Lauren. I just remember Danger Zone. Flying through the air. Air
Had a
in
good
my
time.
hair in my hair. Sailing through the island of Sirocco.
Rocco, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's a rocker. It's
Oh, well,
a different
keep
world.
up the good work, Rush. We've enjoyed what you've done
Appreciate
today.
you, Rush. It's been great.
Watch this run boost. Apex is about to bop him out of the air. He's
I love how
positioned.
Apex is the one scouting.
Oh,
He
he's
tagged
got
in.
1 HP! And Zywoo can't believe his luck. Look at that. Collateral damage.
Oh, you'll take that
How many bullets has he
every
got in his
day.
fan mask? We'll never know. Never know.
God, Rush, why'd you go to the free cam?
He pulled out his knife.
Ugh.
Blame Zywoo.
I won't blame
So he's on 84, so he hits him for 83. And he doesn't take any full
25.
damage. Brrr.
It's like he's 3 or 4 more here. Yeah, there you
And he
go.
had 11 left.
Wow, that's the neatest and tidiest way to deal with that. Certainly. 11 for Vitality. What's going on here, though, Chad? Because I was supposed to be really hyped about the new breed of the ninjas, but I
Oh,
have...
this is a weakness, this map here. This is, they've taken a gamble, they've taken a chance, and well, so have Vitality here on this low buy round. But now, they're being punished for their aggression. Shocks will mop up a little bit. Norks gets taken out of the equation, and Apex still on that scout. I'm finding it so odd to see, but I'm loving it at the same time. And they've corralled them over towards long, so this is great. Vitality might have them right where they want them.
I mean, yeah, this nade, let's see how much it does. A decent amount towards Rez. RPK then swings on it. Nice work from RPK, but it does equate to a trade. There's the grappling. Oh my god, it's...
The gap plus the scout tag as he landed, it was just comical. It has been, it was a couple of comical rounds so far in our second semi. Now, Rez has got freedom to plant.
It's a nade here as well. This could be trouble.
Where's it coming from? Oh, Rez's
that looks
head
good.
Down to 10.
Oh, it's very good.
Scout would be the perfect weapon to finish the job, and he does. Plopsky's exposed. Oh, he's got such low HP as well.
Oh.
That scout, so dynamic, so quick to move. Where is he? I'm nervous. They're grouping up on short, and they can just swing in. Great work from Apex on that scout. Really contributing. And now 12 for Vitality. This map pick, and they're displaying exactly why this is their terrain.
So Overpass, in theory, should look a little bit different. Now, just to add some context to what I'm talking about with this not really being an NIP map, they've played it twice within the last 3 months. They haven't played it since the break. So the last time it was in their competitive map pool, it was back against Heroic during the CS Summit 6, which was the RMR event just before the player break, the 26th of June. And then before that, it was actually against Vitality in the Blast event, where it was a 16-13 scoreline in favor of the Frenchman. Shox had a beast mode performance there, 33 kills to his name.
20 frags for Zywoo in the opening set of rounds. He's now got himself the signature weapon as well. So NIP, with their limited utility, could very well be caught out by the French sniper. Smoked off for now. If they go for a quick mid to B,
Shox just died.
Apex is in a prime position. We saw what this did for Nexa, and now it's all on Apex. Bomb.
Oh,
Frags, very precise. He could even find a third. No, not to be. Twist flashing himself in. Double peek. Zywoo through the smoke, and he hits it. Not even a no-scope.
bomb's still down. It's outside the doors. Oh, that could have been real problematic. Look where the bomb was. Zywoo was in no man's land, but had an opportunity to defend that one right there. NIP are very lucky to walk away with that.
7-12. Still very favorable right now to Vitality. That was lovely work there. And I feel
How
that
does he win that?
Yeah.
he just stuck on this as well, rather than going to the switch to the Galil. I know obviously there's a method to the madness, but the man is very, very talented at that. But for now, 7-12, as said, it's very much leaning towards that CT side. Let's see if that economy truly dwindles down, because it's on the lower end, but Shox is still rocking the AWP. Zywoo on the other side. Play through towards long for the T's, though. Going to take map control. Start trying to look towards pit, clear it. It's good. Apex going to find information. All clear, boys. Let's get back towards A. Get back towards middle. He's continued going for a walk, and poor old RPK right here. Feeling very alone.
If Rez finds Apex in transition, yeah, he's not even going to have a chance. Oh no, this is falling apart quickly for the Ninjas.
Yeah, they're starting to just fade away into obscurity on Dust2. Posted one round so far. That's Zywoo, that's quite the scalp. RPK only has a pistol as well, and by taking down Apex, what a dink from RPK. Still, they are overcoming the odds. Masuta to change them. It's only the first. Shox will have to clutch it out. And with an AWP, no less, trying to roll back the years. Missing his shot, forced to back away. 40 seconds, and that's a quick adjustment. Diving into the smoke. He wants to have the element of surprise for this final frag, and as it fades,
Oh!
Shoxy Jesus resurrects for a round. 13-7. That was ballsy as all hell. Jumping through the smoke. Hampus is just scratching his head. I can't believe he's gone for that. Let me see this flick as well.
So nice too.
Whoa. Headshot through the smoke. Excuse me?
It's a big round to win, and look, I told you the type of Counter-Strike is quite volatile when Vitality, led by Apex, are in the server. They make it all scrimmy. Well, at least they make it look that way. I'm sure there's a method to their madness, and by keeping their foot on the gas and applying that type of pressure time and time again, you get some magical moments just like that. But NIP will be able to cobble together a buy once more. Twist on the Deagle, scout for Nork, Galil in the hands of Plopsky. He made that a very successful weapon in the previous gun round that they picked on up. Whereas Vitality, they're also strapped for cash. MP9s, Famus, They're able to have the AWP in Zywoo's hand and the M4 for Shox here. So this is still a battle. If NIP are able to win this one, they might be able to stretch their legs. It comes down to Hampus out long. And that's not the start you're looking for, I'm unfortunately going to have to tell you all.
It's a nice little upgrade for Apex, though, isn't it? He's happy with that. Gonna scurry away back with his new treasures. Not gonna spot Shox, but for now, it looks like B's the final destination.
Orc has the bomb.
Yeah, I just realized that as well. I was a little bit curious why the hell he's feeling so brave.
Okay.
Interesting chopping and changing. Shock's asking the SMG. I doubt it was the other way around. Masuta gifted the M4. So he has a flash to support that mid pressure, and he'll be playing as the second contact, it seems. No, looks like tunnels is his primary responsibility. They think it's mid to B. Now the smokes are flying over. Masuta needs to place bullets down range. He's got to find more than one here. 4 on 3. Nork and Rez into the site. Now this gets awkward. If Apex doesn't find anything, if he goes down, this will be the 8th for the NIP boys. Oh.
That's not meant to happen, is it? Apex found a way in. Not what you expected to see. And Nork now patrolling. Does get to switch over to the Galil that was dropped by his dead teammate. But Rez, he has been delivering and he's going to have to deliver again.
He is just about to execute them. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my waters. By he, of course, I meant Zywoo. And there's
Zywoo.
14.
Oh dear, okay, Vitality really running away with this one here quickly. That was threatening. It was more threatening than what I thought NIP were good for right there, but just wanting to keep us on our toes there, RPK. Okay.
All right, man.
All right. I want to pull that one again.
Bad time for the sticky keys to start.
Yeah.
Acting up.
You wouldn't want that kind of a calamity to happen in a semi-final of ESL 1 Cologne, but now once again with that plant, maybe NIP want to scrap together another buy here. They're running out of rounds, and I think at this stage of the game they might have to. This is the kill. You can see his little head.
Oh, wow. RPK just has, you know at the end of a barber session where they like take off the thingy and shave your back your neck?
Yep. I know
That's what he just gave his teammate.
Feeling fresh.
He is fresh as a daisy. And from daisies to pansies, Apex goes and gives them the fight, Lauren. Shot straight through the smoke though.
Shox now. How is he finding these? Twist on the other side. It slows for a second for the CTs, but not for the Ts. They're trying to push up, but RPK makes a push of his own. But he goes down. The 1-for-1 trade. Information, I guess, is found, but it's all Zywoo alone. And he's got pressure from 2 fronts. 1 long, 2 coming up short. He's focusing towards long for now. That's going to be Hampus down there, but he's found safety to look towards Nork. He misses a shot. I'm not used to saying that about this man because he has been on point, but no. It's Shox to try and keep this together.
I loved his smoke. You can see what that gate did for him. Not only to play around, Masuta does get it, but also covered him off from the initial short fights. And that's the end. 15. NIP really not putting up the fight many expected of them, but as Chad highlighted, this is the Vitality Dust2 punish pick. NIP, one of the few maps they struggled to post good numbers on has been Dust2. And I will also echo the sentiment that Hampus joining this roster, he's been given the tall task of in-game leading a squad. You're not going to have a 7-map pool. I want to just quickly investigate how low down on their, because obviously we didn't get to do any of the whole pre-match thing.
They've played it twice in the last 3 months, so it's their lowest.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not the... Ooh, hold on. Hampus right next to them. Twist is burning alive, but Hampus, he's among the enemies.
Found in the end. Zywoo sniffs him out. I'm afraid this is curtains.
Very forced by, hasn't it? Think about how the CT half started for NIP as well, and now on the tail end of the T side, they've just been going for similar scenes, throwing together whatever they can, spreading those pennies thin, and now a 3-on-5 situation. I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I think this might be a quick end to map number 1 here. I know we had all those overtimes just before, but this one here might be the quickest of the day. Look at all the territory Vitality take.
Yeah, I mean, look. Rez is trying to clear middle. At the same time, RPK has cleared top mid.
There we go.
Did you see him?
Yeah, he got a barrel. He flashes from mid for his tunnel players. Suter steps up to the plate, and that's the end of that. 16-7. Vitality punish NIP. It's a quick one, open and shut case, and they're one away from joining Heroic in the grand finals.
Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that. Everybody do it like this, yeah, we never look back. Always on tap, getting rowdy on it, getting cloudy on it. Got me on the right track, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this, gonna do it like that.
Inside, can't believe my life has died. It's inside of my control. Why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Tell me, why do you wanna end? Is he really just your friend? Cause it's playing in my head every word that you said. I ain't worked it out yet. So why do you wanna end? Was it real or just pretend? Why do you wanna end? Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, cause I don't like the person within, oh, I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame, oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize.
Well, it's a quick one. Not much to say about that. 16-7, the semi-final. I think we're all still catching our breath after the fantastic first semi-final. This one leaves us feeling a little deflated, like a floppy, soggy, weird balloon. You know what I'm saying, Lauren?
The old sad balloons that just like escaped a
I'm not-
party.
you know what I'm envisioning is like there's been a party. You
How many
kept it because it
weeks?
was nice, because they kind of gave you the
Oh, yeah.
balloon and you're like, was
Oh,
this
I
part
want
of the
this.
gift? You know, it's
Yeah.
inflated, it's got helium in it, you know, and then you leave it. And then just a couple of days later, you see it starting to descend the room, the little string starting to drag on the floor, the
Oh, it
cat's
looks very
playing with
sad.
it. That was the Counter-Strike I saw today, Chad.
Can I be the balloon store?
Not yet. Chad?
No, that was. I loved the analogy. I was well up for being inflated.
Well, I
was
just think
gonna
that
pump
if
it
we
up
look at the map pool, we kind of expected this.
Well, as
Like,
well.
I don't think we need to kind of, treat it anything other than it is that case. I think it was a great map choice coming in from one team. They found a weakness, they exploited it, it gives them a map advantage. Now it's game on again.
Now it's the
where you're
semi-finals.
starting again, right?
Sure.
Like this should be the closer game. These are the better maps coming in. It's just a better veto for a team with a better map pool. That's how it is, right? Like we don't need to sugarcoat the pill, do we?
Is it as clean cut as that?
Well, I think that taking the risk is probably a good risk to take for NIP here instead of defaulting to Vertigo that they have been losing on time and time again. And I said they played it twice in the last 3 months, and one of those times was against Vitality, and it was a 16-13 scoreline. So that's closer than what we've seen here today, but that would give them reason to lean towards that. And you saw the approach, because they know what type of Counter-Strike Vitality is going to throw at them. We know that it's aggressive, we know that it's in your face, it's fast, and it's quite scrimmy in a way. So NIP, they tried to fight fire with fire because Dust2 is one of those maps to have that done on. Rez started out in very good fashion. They actually went for the double force by back-to-back on the CT side. You don't see that happening very often either. And it's one of those things where if they were able to convert one of those rounds, it would have been a completely different look from the game. But what was the same as when they went toe-to-toe last time? Shox towards the top of the scoreboard. He had 33 kills when they played back earlier in Blast. Now here today, getting it done. And you might have noted, Lauren, a couple times, the old man, he's stuck there in these like last man alive positions when they were losing rounds. Well, that's what he was brought on in here to the team for, to be the clutcher, to be the closer. Not only was he clutching, I think we'll get to one in a moment where he won that on Dust2, he was giving us some fun as well. Look at this. He's on there on the, well, he didn't mean to, but it was fun. This round right here was a good one to see from Shox, right? But this kind of play, it's not a percentage play. He probably should have dipped back into spawn, have gone for a fight, but instead he takes the fight to them. And I think that encapsulates Vitality and the way that they like to approach the game.
High variance